not supposed to be any tears or any crying in texting Tutor, but we had that last time, and we got to do a follow-up today. Okay, so I wasn't here for this texting Tutor, so somebody's going to have to explain how tears came from this one.
Lucky you.
Yeah, the train jumped the tracks, and it just kind of, there was no getting it back. There just wasn't. And I think, it's been a stressful 2020, and the holidays can be stressful. And, we don't know what's going on in this neighbor's house. We don't know what's going on in her house. So I was just chalking it up to, I think people are under a lot of pressure and taking things personal.
Okay, now for those of you that don't listen to the Bert Show regularly, texting Tutor is when we go ahead and we text for you. You don't know what the words to use are, so you ask us, and then we text for you. And in this case, it was a neighbor that wasn't decorated and everybody else was?
Correct. So Jill lives in a neighborhood that everybody goes all out with the Christmas lights. They have tremendous neighborhood camaraderie. Everybody enjoys this holiday tradition of just decking their houses out. However, there's one house at the entrance of the neighborhood that does nothing. No Christmas lights whatsoever, and was completely dark last year. We wanted to cover our bases. We're like, well, shocker, not everybody celebrates Christmas, and that's okay. She says that they do celebrate Christmas. They know this. It wasn't for religious reasons. So she and a couple of neighbors approached this house and approached him and said, hey, it would mean a lot if you decorated your house along with us, if you need help, which, of course, people always love when you offer help to do something to their yard because they probably don't even want you on their property to begin with. Anyway, we were all slightly offended that these neighbors went over there and even asked this man of this because they don't know his situation.
Right.
Maybe he had a traumatic experience at Christmas one year. You just don't know. And so if this is how he wants to celebrate, leave him be.
Yeah.
But they went over there and he's like, oh, you want me to decorate for Christmas? I'll decorate for Christmas. He put out all his Halloween decorations. There were a bunch of skeletons in the yard. He put up an Easter bunny. There's a tractor out there. Like, he's just gone full on junkyard with the decorations.
So, just so I have a better vision here, did they all, go up to his doorstep and say, hey, or was it just her, or was it the whole neighborhood involved?
It wasn't the whole neighborhood. It was a handful, because I asked, and she's like, no, it wasn't like a mob mentality or anything, but it was her and a couple of others. She wasn't solo. It wasn't an entire pack, but it was several people. And so once he did this, they took the hint. So she wanted us to reach out to him to ask him to now take these decorations down. But it took a weird turn, but we just realized you offended him. And that's why he did this. So instead of asking him to take them down, which I don't think is going to happen, he's playing hardball here. Let's apologize. Let's apologize for crossing boundaries, overstepping boundaries, and kill him with kindness. And hopefully his little Grinch heart will grow 10 sizes and he'll take everything down on his own.
Okay.
But it didn't. And
It
he's my hero. No.
So what happened?
He pretty much doubled down on everything. And he was like, oh, I'm not even done yet. Wait till you see what else I have in store. And she felt she had apologized and put herself out there, and she was hoping to get that same reciprocation back. But instead, he just kept on poking the bear.
Digging
and
in.
then that's when the tears came.
Okay.
Yes. He was like, I'm not even through yet. You're going to be so excited when I'm done. I'll come and decorate your house if you need help. And then we didn't say anything for a few minutes. And then he sent a bunch of emojis of jack-o'-lanterns and Easter bunnies and stuff, right? He was really going hard.
So
He's
he was deeply offended and digging in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. But we kept our cool. And we apologized profusely, and we didn't ask him to take them down because we could tell by his demeanor in the text that was not going to happen.
All right, so Jill is back here with an update. Okay, Jill, so they helped you text. It didn't go well. It went sideways. You start crying. So what happens now in the neighborhood? Did he double down on more decorations? Has he approached you guys? What's going on?
It has become an all-out war in our neighborhood. And I'm just totally over it. Basically, he had put up some other, some additional decorations, an Uncle Sam inflatable, a random, Coca-Cola polar bear inflatable.
That's Christmas.
All right.
And so, yeah, that was the most Christmassy thing he put up. But so he just refused to take anything down. He was just like, he went all out. And I had some of my neighbors that, are my core group. I said, look, let's just forget this. Like, this man is not interested in playing ball with us. He was totally antagonizing me, totally dug in, like when I did that whole texting thing. So, I was like, you can try to approach him, but I don't think he's going to take anything down, and we should just, like, forget about it. And other neighbors went to him, and they were like, look, you have to take this stuff down. This is because people were starting to get really mad. And they were like, you have to take this stuff down. And he just was like, no, this is my property. I do what I want, obviously. Like, at this point, I get it. So about a week went by, and someone in our neighborhood went to his front lawn, removed a bunch of whatever wasn't, like, nailed down to his house. They removed a bunch of the inflatables, that tractor thing that I talked about. It was gone. They had, like, someone under cover of night went to his house and basically stole things off of his front yard because he refused to remove it himself.
You promise it wasn't you, Jill?
It was, I swear up and down on everything that it was not me. It was not me. However, he thought it was me. So he accused me, and he said, if you don't bring my stuff back, I'm going to call the police. And I said, I'm so sorry, but I did not do this. Well, the police show up at my house, and they're questioning me and saying, look, we got a complaint from your neighbor saying that you stole all of his things off of his front lawn. And I said, this is really getting so out of hand. And I was like, absolutely no. And they were like, just, if you know who did it, or if you did it, please return. I mean, they didn't, like, put me under house arrest or anything, or, like, have a warrant for, searching my property. But he, had the police come to my house. And so I said to my neighbors, look, this is getting out of hand. Please, 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 whoever took his stuff, can you just return it to him? Just, like, fess up. And no one has come forward. No one has said that they took the stuff off of his, they've not confessed to stealing his stuff. So now I'm just, like, so over this, and I'm not turning my lights on, because just screw everybody. I am so beyond, this is so beyond everything. So I am over all of this, and I just had no idea it would just explode into this all-out war between neighbors over Christmas decorations.
Whoever took all of the decorations has to give them back in the cloak of the middle of the night, because once this guy finds out who stole the decorations, he will absolutely, like, try to press charges and stuff like that. That was a huge mistake, man.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be, like, the one place, as I always say about your neighborhood and your house, the one place where you just, like, it should be stress-free. Like, when you pull up to your house, you don't want to, like, have one of your neighbors in your side eye that that you don't get along with. That sucks. I've been there, man. And now here you are stuck in that situation. So what's next?
I mean, I don't know. I'm being accused of doing something that I didn't do. And this is just, like, I had no idea when we approached this man that this would be the outcome. I poked the bear. I was not alone, but, I was one of the people that poked the bear and had no idea that this would turn into this crazy disaster that it is. And the bottom line is, I'm kind of, I'm freaked out, and I don't like being accused of doing something that I did not do. And I was trying to take the higher road. I was trying to, like we did, we apologized profusely to him, saying, look, we're sorry we overstepped. And he did not want to accept those apologies. And instead, another neighbor took it upon themselves to do a criminal act, to steal something. And then now I'm in the middle of this. Now I am in the middle being blamed for something that I did not do. The only thing I'm guilty of is overstepping and asking a neighbor to decorate their house. And now I'm being accused of stealing things.
Yep.
I don't see any easy way out of this at all. I don't see any easy conclusion whatsoever. Davi?
No, I am kind of impressed with the police that they've done like more investigative work for the missing inflatables than they did for who hit Mo with a car.
Right.
That is a fact.
It's a difference.
The Bert Show.